stop all the clocks and cut off the telephone. Today is no normal day. I've been tasked with interviewing British band Gorillaz about the forthcoming 6th album, The Now Now. The manager has already informed me it's impossible to get everyone in one place, so I have to find them myself based on some very vague information. Across town I find Noodle in a gym not far from the Gorillaz recording studio. This morning's jiu-jitsu class has finished. The students have all left and Noodle is sat on the wooden floor in a bomber jacket and shorts, reading original stories from real life, with conversations calculated to regulate the affections and form the mind to truth and goodness, while touch absence by Lanic artifacts booms from the speakers in the corner. She puts the book down and stands up as I walk towards her. I think I saw you at the Kentucky Derby.
You saw me, or you think you saw me. It is hard to know the difference these days. As Einstein says, reality is an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. Never has been more relevant.
Suddenly, she does a lightning-quick maneuver and sweeps my legs from beneath me. I look up at her, helpless, like a tortoise on its back in the desert.
Helps breaks the ice, no?
Sure. Is everyone in the band in a good place?
There is no good place for Gorillaz. We are always between places, never staying still. For now, Murdoch is in a place with lots of bars and locks. Russell is trying to put the world back together, like it's a broken teapot. 2D is, well, in a new place. Less fragile, somehow. Stronger. It's weird. He's even stopped watching Gilmore Girls.
So, do you still enjoy being in Gorillaz?
I would not say that I am in Gorillaz, but that Gorillaz is in me. It is a way of being. A feeling, a rebellion maybe, that we will not be controlled or do what is expected. I do not know if I enjoy it, but I can't escape it either. A bit like Tom Cruise and the Mission Impossible franchise.
Could you ever see yourself breaking off and going it alone?
As I say, Gorillaz will always be a part of me, wherever I go. But right now, it seems too many people are breaking off and going on alone. The world is splintering like a melting iceberg. So maybe now is the best time to stay together? Plus, who will look after 2D and stop him transferring all his savings to the president of Uganda who keeps emailing?
With that, Noodle smiles peacefully and, before I can ask another question, opens her book to resume reading. I get up off my back and set off to find Murdoch. I always knew at some point in my life I would end up in prison, but I did not think it would be to interview Murdoch from Gorillaz. The last anyone saw of the legendary bassist was a video call he made from behind bars during the Brit Awards. After much research and phone calling, I finally traced him to home prison Wormwood Scrubs. I sign in at the main gate and wait for him in the visitors center. A loud buzzer goes off, and the inmates begin to walk in, with Murdoch trundling along at the back with bloodshot eyes. He's wearing an orange jumpsuit, although none of the other prisoners are, which makes me think this is perhaps a personal stylistic choice. I look around, and it seems that more than a few inmates are sending ocular daggers in Murdoch's direction. So, have you made any friends in here?
No. In prison, every man is an island, paranoid and cut off from the rest of the world, like post-Brexit Britain. All you can do is defend your borders and boast about how big your nukes are. The current superpower in here is a psycho called Big Balls McGuinness. I'll probably him one, show these mugs in here who the real top dog is.
So, tell me why you are in prison.
Ask the bloody judge, mate. Wouldn't trust that prick to judge a vegetable growing contest. Pretty sure I saw a flask under his wig. I bet you that man was totally slotted. Anyway, it's a shocking miscarriage of justice. The worst since Dr. Richard Kimball in The Fugitive. You know, would Harrison Ford really play me in a movie? No, he's nearly 80 years old. It would have to be someone younger with a knob like a burrito. The point still stands. I shouldn't be in here. I've been stitched up, framed by a devil, nay, a Diablo, by the name of
Elmierda, who is that?
Shh. Be careful chucking that name around in here, mate, unless you fancy yourself as a human pinata. Come closer and I'll tell you. Smashing. All right, Elmierda is a shadow, a demon, a direct descendant of Nuestra Senora de la Santa Muerte herself. That's foreign for Our Lady of Holy Death. So basically a total quit. And a good old Mudsy here had the misfortune of meeting him during our strobe light music video shoot. 2D, you know, was off making a tit of himself on the dance floor. I got bored, so I head to the bar, banging down a few of those Moscows. El Mierda popped up. I presumed he wanted a selfie or something. How was I supposed to know he was the kingpin of the bloodiest crime wave dynasty in modern history? You know, he reminded me a lot of my old geography teacher. Actually, we did do a selfie anyway for my school. What's up, Fred?
So this Elmira framed you.
Yes, for some bollocks smuggling. Look, mate, I like a joke as much as the next guy. Look, once I told the feds that 2D was the Zodiac killer, and what happened then? The SWAT team came in, tortured him for weeks, but you know what? I came clean, and he was released. Emotionally scarred, but released. This bastard, on the other hand, he's playing for keeps. It's not a f***ing joke, mate.
Murdoch doesn't seem to pine for his bandmates. He tells me he misses them like the clap, and the only communication HES received from them was a text from Noodle that just contained one thumbs up emoji. When I tell him I've heard the new album and it sounds great, he grimaces.
Well, what do you do, mate? Look, they're all in denial. It's textbook. When people suffer a great trauma, i.e. my absence, they do whatever they want to get by. So they're pouring their grief into their music. And you know what? I get that. Some of my greatest tunes came from my darkest moments. We wrote Tomorrow Comes Today shortly after I crashed my beloved Vauxhall Astra straight into 2D's ugly face. And you know what? I love that car.
Did you know that there is a petition to have you released?
Oh yeah? Well, you know, that warms my overly enlarged heart. Has Madonna signed it?
I will check for you.
Cheers. Yeah, you know, it's not surprising to me that millions of people have...
It's not millions.
Billions of people brought together by this terrible injustice. The massives have spoken, people. Murdoch shall be returneth like a glorious rocket from the heavens, a great and terrifying phallus crashing onto Earth to save all humanity and make Gorillaz great again. Plus, hoover up some of those mini burgers at the welcome home party.
The buzzer goes off, and everyone around us begins to get out of their chairs. Do you have any special messages for those fans?
Yeah, keep up the good work. I can feel a massive movement swelling, and I don't mean the one in my jumpsuit. Hashtag Free Murdoch.
Well, you heard it here. Gorillaz band members besides Murdoch are happy and well off. Expect the Now on Friday, June 29th. Interview bot signing off.